Okay, I know nobody's here right now, and they can probably move this back to the beginning. It's just going to be like a recording. You've seen this before in the desert and the horse with no name. Yesterday's coffee, can't drink it. A lot of math equations, lots and lots and lots of equations. Lots of equations. Good morning. Who's here? I see there's one watching, unless it's me watching. Wow, what a dream that was last night. What a dream. What a dream. I saw cities all around the world. And then it went, and then I saw an army tank and an army tank and an army tank. And at every a main entrance to the highway was blocked. No one was allowed on their main highways. Highway 80, Highway 70, Highway 44. All the main arteries were blocked. No one's allowed on. Protocol. We don't want anybody in the streets. This was what I saw. Oh. You know, with all the good, there's a lot of conspiracy things that I'm talking about. I'm going to get to numbers. I'm going to be on numbers. I'm going to be on numbers very soon, but it's a dream. Okay. And my dreams come from reflection of the mind, reflection of the consciousness. What do you believe? Do you believe in the zodiac? Do you look at the zodiac? What do you know about numbers? What do we know as human beings? What do we want to know? What do we want to know? I have this on because I don't want to hear what's around me. I don't want to pay it. I'd like to pay attention, but I don't want to pay attention. I don't want my mind to be changed by somebody else. Maybe we should all be wearing hats. I watch a lot of news, chemtrails, vaccine in our water, and the new G5 or 5G energy that's coming. And for me, in numbers, it all makes sense. The moon, Mars, the moon, Mars, the moon. What do we know? We have a telescope. What do we watch on TV? And I was taught when I was very young, oh, don't, certain countries, it's all propaganda and they don't get to see the news from the outside world. Well, how do I know I'm seeing the news from the outside world, since the main news stations are owned by the people who are controlling our provinces and states of North America? NA 141. All these numbers and letters. What is a letter? What is a letter? What is a letter? Does anybody really know? Wait. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Right. What is a letter? A letter is a geometric shape. It came here before anything. Although there were definitions of words, the words weren't in the English language as I know it. I speak the English language. Okay, just like MC squared. You're a mathematician. You really know MC squared? There's more than one side to MC squared. The M is the 13th letter in the alphabet. But in gematria, the M is number 1. Has a brother to it. It has a brother, and the brother to M is N. And the brother to M and N is A. M-A-N. In gematria, 666 are the same sounding letters. U, V, W. W, V, VW. This is the 22nd and the 24th letter. VW, 45. 45, 6, 15, 24 says Fox. 45. 6, 15, 1 and 5, 6, 2 and 4, 6. But what if I multiply them? MC squared. Am I backwards? Because I'm seeing it backwards, so I might have a little bit of trouble. M means 1,000 in Roman numerals. C is 100. If C is squared, it's 100 times 100. All zeros equal 6, so it's 1. All zeros equal 6, right? 100. So instead of 100, it's now 166. So if it's 166, let me go to my scale. Let me go to my scale. Where is 166? 166 right over here. And it shows to me 6 by 6, 36. 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 1. What is 1? 1 is very special. 1 is very special. When you have 1 square, or if you have 3, or if you have 5, Or if you have 7, okay, with 7, 7's a little bit special. Why? Because it's 3, 1, and 3. And the minute you get 3 inside of the 3 areas, 1, 2, see 3 here? I can have another center dot to that 1. So I have gateways inside 7. 7 would be 1 dot separated by 1 dot, separated by 1 dot, separated by 1 dot. So the in-between, if I was drawing in between, I would be drawing above the square and below the square. I can't create an eye unless I go on this side and this side of that square. It's an obligation. Tons and tons of obligations, and all these obligations are telling us stories. I'm going to just jump. I'm going to be jumping around, of course. I've got pages and pages written. I'm so blocked up in my mind. You know, I'm in the house. I don't go out. If I do go out, I'm not meeting anybody. I'm not in contact with anybody. And eventually, families not in contact with families. For what reason? I'm reading a lot of articles out there, lots of articles. You know what some of the articles say? In the last week, there have been over 20,000 deaths. Sorry, not in the last week. In the last couple of weeks, or is it the last? I have to read it up. Look it up yourself. How many deaths from secondhand smoke? How many car accident deaths? Death is happening every single day, and you're going to die. And a lot of people that die are already sick. So if you bring a weak immune system with COVID-19, in fact, 19 stands for God I am. In numbers, A and M are 1 and 1, 3. Okay, but forget about the A, because M is the 13th letter. 1 and 3 are together. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 will create the DC energy. 4 times 3, 4 plus 3 will equal 12, and 7 equals 19. I can go to the minus side. If I go to the minus side, it actually is like MC squared. Why? Because 12 minus 7 equals to the 5. Now remember what I started with, 1 and 3. And the 3 inside 3 is the 1. 3 is equal to C and DC equals to MC squared equals to 19. 3 by 19, 57 the moon. Well, why 3 times? I just showed you. 1 area square is in between 1 and 1. And every time you go 7, in between all 3's is a separate area. You cannot draw a line in the center of the 3 unless it was just 3 lines and not 3 squares. There's a difference between a line and a square. Is there a difference between a dot and a line? Of course there is. Morse code, communication. Morse code, M-O, 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 M-O. Let's put a lot of money into the country. Let's put a lot of money, boost up people's this and that, and all of a sudden, whoop, take it all away. Digital currency, just like one swoop, take it all away. Digital currency. 50-50, 50-50. The most unthing, the 50-50 is so not fair. 50-50 is just not fair. You against me, not fair. 50 against 1 is not fair, but that's when it's fair. When 50 minds can come together and say, this is right, against 1, that's fair. Not 1 versus 1. You know, for years I've been saying, let's give away $5,000 every so often to certain class of people. Would you say it's fair or not fair? That situation, you can call it digital money if you want, because you can just put the money back into society, back into local society. We have to make things more local. If we can create more local, people will say, well, I don't have enough money to travel outside the state. Then it wouldn't be fair to people who have less money because they'd be working with digital money and they can't travel. Anyways, I don't want to get into that part. I want to get into the, has anybody seen the car, the Pontiac car? Well, this is the image for the Pontiac design. One here and one here. Eventually, I'm going to see, can I show you this? They're not straight. So this would be a straight line. This would be a sword. A sword can fit in here. So I'd have one of these, then I'd make another one of these, then I'd make another one of these, because you always need at least 3, right? But anyways, let me go on. Do you see this one over here? The hexagon. Look at the obligation of this design, and look at the obligation of the hexagon. Look at the angle. I work everything 45 and 90. Either you're in between the 45 or you're in between the 90. One of the two. Which 45? Which side of the 45 are you? Remember, southeast, southwest, northeast, northwest. 8 directions combining, but there's really 4 directions. So 4 is 8. So all around me, 8 directions. 8 times 45. So the average now is 45. 4 by 9. But 9 cannot be done on a dice cube. 3 by 120. There's all kinds of realities. I'm just mentioning, I don't want to go deeper into this. I know, but do you know, and how can I prove to you? And you want to know, well, why can't I use 120? Or why can't I use 120? Why can't I use 12? Let's go down to a level that's calculable. When you're sewing things together, you have to overlap something. You have to overlap something. So imagine creation. Imagine creation. I'm going to use maybe this for an example. By the way, this is binary code in a design. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. 3 and 2 is 5. 1 and 6, the 7th gate. The commencement of binary code. 16, 1 and 6, the 7th gate. The spirit. Now I'd have to flip this upside down, and I would create my secondary design, the mirror design, and then I would flip it over the other way. We have to keep flipping. We have to keep flipping. You have to have a whole, how can I say it? You need wholeness. You have to see what's in between. You have to see all around. So when you're talking about 3, I'd be saying we come from the center, we go into life, and now we can keep going around the center. Do we ever go back to the center? Yeah, death. You go back to the center. If there was communication from an outside source, that communication, you can't count it. You can't count the house. You can't count. You have to count your body as something. You have to count your mind as something. You pee and you poop. 1 and 2, 3. Now let's be born. The 9 birth. Where are we born? In the 8th heaven. How do we get her? Through the 7th gate. We are the body of creation. We are number 6 and doused with the one spirit of the 7th gate. We are from somewhere else. We are the half-life. We are the 5 energy of a delta angle of one side of who we are. We are the center of all, and we are all oddballs. And that's one of the reasons that 12 becomes 9. The island. 21. 9 and 12, 21. 1 and 2 equals to 3. 3. 1 and 2 equals to 3. So let's get into some of the equations. But before the equations, I want to talk about Earth. E-A-R-T-H, H-E-A-L-T-H. So let's not count the first H. Okay, let's not count the E and A, because E and A and H, E and A, 1 and 5, Mars, water. That's what it represents in words, in basic words, because there's a lot of words that go with this. But if I use all the words, we're going to end up with the bipolarity of the words, arts and entertainment, right? And when we use the bipolarity of the words, everything turns gray, because we're saying you have a heartbeat. Well, is it here or is it here? And the average is here. Well, if the average is here and you do that, we're all dead, because that's what happens in a heartbeat. It's an obligation. Health. The differences between L and R, left and right. This one is Earth. L is the 12th letter, 3. R is the 18th letter, 9. 9 times 2, 9 times 2, 18. 9 plus 2, 11. This is the 12. This is L, H, I, J, K, L. This is the 12th letter. Sorry, right. This is the 12th letter, 3 and 9. So let's go into just some basic stuff. What happens with all our combinations? There are 52 combinations of 3 dice that will create all these numbers. Um, I don't really know where I'm going with this, but they all tell a story. I'd have to turn it around and look. I'm not really happy with the camera that it goes sideways. I'm just going to take this down. I'm going to see if I can. While I'm showing it to you, I think you're going to be able to see it the right way, right? Just give me a second. I'm going to go onto my other computer and try and see if I can get the live feed of Mr. TackPans here. Let me look on the computer. Mr. Tack. Here, this is what I'm looking on the other computer. Thank you, Jamie. Mr. TackPans live. Mr. TackPans live. Mr. TackPans live. See, I don't even know how to find it. Oh, maybe if I got the code. Just give me a second. Let me get this. Let me get the code. I'm going to get the code off of here. I'm going to copy the code. I'm good. Just give me a second now. You see, I feel like I'm in a rush because I'm live and I can't do anything the same. And I can't think of that because this video is going to be uploaded, and for those who are not here, will not see me live. So now I'm going to here on my computer. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to take my name out. RONN. Oh no, it's Ronald. Where am I? Ronald Fremeth. There it is. I'm going to paste it on the bottom. Paste. Send. See, I sent it to myself. Now I'm going to go to here into Ronald Fremeth. Ronald Fremeth. Okay. I'm going to go to live stream, connecting to live stream. There you go. Okay. So now, let's see if I got live on that screen. We're going to go to myself. Oh, I didn't want to go here. Sorry about that. I want to go to this. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's forward. Now I can see it properly. Okay. Okay. Let me see where I am over here. Okay. So now, wow, it's running. There's a time delay in it. You see, I'm touching my page right now, and it's showing up. It's showing up 7 seconds later. Wow, I'm delayed, so things can be changed. Be aware that things can be changed because there's a time delay in the live feed. Okay, this is not good for me. This is very not good. There is a delay in the live feed. Who's here? Can somebody tell me, or do you know who's watching me now? Please declare yourself. I would like to know which group is watching me. Who's scared that I'm doing these videos about just numbers? Number 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1, 1, 1 is 3. 3 times 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. I'm going to do just the addition. 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. So in the addition category, which is the diamond, because that's how I reach the 4 corners, the diamond or the half category, which reaches up to 2, 4, 6, and 8. This numeric value starts at 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 5, 9, 3. So I have a 3 over here and a 3 over here. So 1, 1, 5 and 1, 2, 3 come together. This one will show me the moon, and this one will tell me bar the 12. This one will tell me 1 and 3 to the 7th gate. This one will tell me any craps. This is the 8th sequence, and this is the 5th sequence. The 5th and the 7th sequence, okay, 5 and 7, or 5 and 7 is telling me about the moon and the sun, telling me also about the creation and birth in the sky. Because number 3, okay, is C. Because number 9 is I, but in C is C. I is 9. The total of 12 is L. It says ciel, and in French, that is sky.
Here is 3 again. Here is 6. Here is 9. So we did 9 over here. So 10 and 8 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. And here we have 9 again. I won't have the answer for all these numbers, okay, because they all have to be added up a little bit more. We have to categorize something. We have to categorize the whole thing. Let's see if I can get here inside this one over here. The day, the birth, the mass. Here again is the birth. This number will recreate itself. 9 times 2, 9 plus 2. It is the K and the R. Also in cards, when you're playing cards, I like to do English and French. For some reason, it seems to work as the alpha, omega, English and French. The square head and the frog. The square head and the frog. Why? Because they say the frog jumps over, and here I got the square head, or the graduate, right? The graduate. What numbers do you want? Here's the 3 little pigs. This is planet X. This would be planet X. Ison. Why the pigs? Because of the numeric value to their pregnancy. It would give me the red sun, connecting the 2 skies. Pigs connect the 2 skies. Communication. They connect 3 in all worlds. 336 is also telling me, okay, in fact, I did not repeat any of these, okay? 336 is telling me about the mass of creation in the sun from the other side, and we bar the 66. The word woman is 66. Earth and Mars. Yo, Earth and Mars. Why? Because 5 and 6 is 11. 5 plus 6 is 11. If you multiply it, is 30. Plus 11 is 41. 41 is DNA and the sun. As well, when you minus the 11 from the 30, you get 19, the sun and the spirit and the student. Students of Earth, learning numerics, learning numbers. How do we work with the vibration? It's a complete test, the test of God. And guess what? One of the greatest viruses going around is your body. And at the end, we all die. At the end, we all die. That's right. At the end, you all die. At one point in life, the end of life is death. Through sickness and through health, the end of life is death. Here's these numeric values. There are 52 numeric values. The vibration is 2, 3, and 4. Could be 4, 3, 2, but it doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4 vibration right over here. And here we have the day, the birth, and the mass. 2, 3, 4 vibration. What else? 3, 3, 6. We also have the leap year. We have the leap year right over here. Right over here, this is 10 and 8, J and H, if you want to look at it that way. We end up with, look at that, Mars, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. So we come back to 1, 2, 3 that's already been created through 1, 2, 3 over here. 1 and 8 is 3 times 36. We all have to think that 12 is the most on a ruler, 12 from one end to the other end. We stick it in the hole of the needle, and it comes out the other side. So how about the other side, sticking it through and coming out this side? You can't see this side, but you can live on this side. But you're only going to live here, one piece of the totality, because you can't live in the outer space. You're living inside and in between the rainbow. I want to take this back a page to where we are going to work with the double numbers. 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5. I didn't put 1 and 6 here because 1 and 6 doesn't belong here. 1 and 6 is over here. It's a different category in numbers. It creates a 7. So then after 1 and 6, there's no 1 and 7. Okay, 1 and 7 is actually a reflection. Here's 1 dot. Where's the 7 on here? The 7 is located right here. 1 dot with the 7 void. Don't count the 2. The 2, according to the Jews, number 2 is the house. 1 is the ox, 2 is the house. I work with words that were created from others. I work with numbers that were created from others. I just break it down. That's all I do. Here's a 7 and here's an 8. And the funny thing about that is a single 0 and a double 0. Let's try this out. Here I have a dot here and a dot here. Let me use a pen to do this. Wow. You know, I've got 1,000 pens, and when you want a pen, so just give me a second. I can't be nervous about not being able to get this done right away. Hey, little kitties. My kitties are the kitties are there's a kitty, and there's a kitty. Hey, kitties, you okay, kitties? Very important, the animals. Very, very important. Okay, so we have the 0 here and here on the cube, right? Right, there's the 3. So when they're obviously in the center, so there's my double 0. There's my single 0, and there's my double 0. Or how about this? It's in between. There's my 0, my double 0. So many things to talk about. This wheel has a story to it. On one side, it's perfect. Every second number will add up to 37 or 39, except in certain places when these certain places, where is a certain place? I'm trying to figure it out, but it's all 37, 39. I'm going to get to that in a minute if I can remember. Your single and your double 0 is your 8. Here's your 8. So what is this? 80. 80 is said 4 times 20 in French, or 80. 20. 20 is 107, letter count. So anyways, the 8 and the 0. So what do you have? You have the cue ball and pull, and you have the 8 ball. You have the white and the black. 29, black. 27, red. 7 and 2, 9. 2 and 9, 11. Since 11 is 1 and 1 is 2, and 9, we have the birth in the sun because birth is number 9. Sorry, we have birth in the house. Passage through the sun of your DNA. Why? Because 14, 1 and 4, 1 and 4, A and D. 14th letter is N, D, and A. I'm only doing what I was told to do. So let's continue on with these numbers. In the game of craps, the game of the 7th gate, that there's a come out roll and a don't come. Come and don't come. This is what the game has. There's rules and regulations in the game. There are odds in the game. I don't play the game to lose. I play the game to win because I am in control with my surrounding destiny. I don't look to gamble with my life, money. And that's another thing. Everything continues on, money. And anyways, let's not get into that. So here's the point. Now, in all these numbers that we see, there's numbers that we don't see. If I was to roll a 1 and a 3, the odds of 1 and 3 pay 9 to 5 unless you throw an extra dollar and bet $25. You can buy it to get an extra pointage for your odds. You will get 2 to 1 if you bet $25. The number to earth, 25. You see, if I get 1, I'm getting the reverse of 6. If I get 3, I'm getting the reverse of 4. I'm not only getting the reverse of 4, I'm also getting a triangle here. See the design that goes through here? There's a double design. There's a pass here and a pass here. There's 2 passages. Right? The passages are smaller than the size of the area space. There's 9 areas to every single side. So when I get 1 and 3, I'm getting 3 and 4 void. 3 and 4 void. When I get the 1, I'm getting 1 and 8 void. So I'm getting 3 dot 4 void. I'm getting 1 dot and 8 void. At the same time at the 8 void, I'm getting opposite of 6. This is the opposite of 6. And the 4 is the opposite of 3. Notice the way we use these 2 little lines here to show it's coming down. So anyways, there's also in the game of craps, there's what they call the field. And it's a one-time roll for the field. And the one-time roll for the field does not include 7. It includes 2, 1 and 1. But that's also a one-time roll. In fact, these are one-time rolls. 1 and 1 is a one-time roll. 1 and 2 is a one-time roll. 6 and 6 is barred. It's a one-time roll, and each of these, 1 and 1, is 30 to 1. 1 and 2 is an any crap. I'm not sure. I think the odds are 7 to 1. The reverse of 1 and 1 is 6 and 6. They bar the 66. What does 1 and 1 create? It creates 2 and 1, creation 3. What does 1 and 2 create? It creates 2 and 3, the BC world and the energy. The both of them together, the minus and the plus, we end up with the 1 pass. Again, the two numbers together tell me numeric value. 33, is it 33 by 47? Happy to get that calculator. First time, 33 by 47, 1551. That's Mars pass. See the way for me it looks backwards? It says 1221. 1221 divided by 11. I just want to see what it is. 1221 divided by 11, 111. Add up 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. The Twin Towers were 110 floors, but then they went up on top of the roof. Just interesting in astrology and numbers. Just interested in astrology and numbers. Okay, I'm going to come out and do an astrology thing with, I'm going to do numbers on astrology. Not right now. I'm getting through the basic, because until we understand what the numbers, how the numbers come about, and what is created in the numbers, and then in each number is a word, and each word gets a number, and all these numbers tell you a different story. So if I take a word zodiac, the 26th letter, the 15th letter, right away, boom, zodiac, DNA, right? 41, the letter N. The reverse of the letter Z is A. The reverse of the letter O is L. Right away, when I see this, I say it's the AI. Because L, when you have a small L and a capital I, they look the same. The reverse of the D is the fourth letter. You have the 23rd letter. You have the W. This one you have the R. This one you have the Z. And the reverse is the X. I don't know what it means. I can just tell you its value. 26, 15, and 4, and 9. Look at that. AI day. Dia. 9 and 3, the sky, AC energy, artificial intelligence. 8, through the gateway. 4, 4 corners. 4 corners. What's inside the 4 corners? Okay. 9 is the birth, and 9 can't be created this way. 9 has to be created, or I'm just questioning myself. Here's 9 areas, but in 9 areas, here's your 4. In 9 areas, there's 2 here, 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 here. Hope I'm not off track. We have 4, 8, 9, 10. We have 12 in our 9 areas. And the areas that are not boxed in, 1, 2, 3, 4, we now have 16. So there's a story that goes with this. First we have 12, then we have 16. Are we online? We on the box or the 4 corners? We don't have to use any lines. We just have to know what happened. Did we boxed it in? The dots have boxed it in. Dot, dash, dot, dash, dot, dash. What does this tell you in Morse code? Let's leave that on the side. Sorry for walking away from what I started. The word zodiac, 26, 15, and 4, 45. Boom, fox, fox 45. F is the 6th letter. O, oh my God, O is the 15th letter. X is the 24th letter. 2 and 4, 6, 1 and 5, 6. Fox. 6, 15, 24, 6, 6, 6. The X will tell me 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 6 and 8. It is the dividing of 2 sides. 6 and 8, the dividing of 2 sides. Here's my 8. Here's my 6. When I have 5 and 3, 8, electric company and utilities, I get 9 to 5 and the cat. Words that go with number 42 and 24. Words that go with 53 and 35. Herbie the car was an electric car, and now that car runs on itself, a mind of its own. 53. I can go to, I can go to, here's a 6, my numeric value for Mars. Add up 1 to 5. What I love about 1 to 5 is if you add up 1 to 5, it equals to 15. You already have your answer. The opposite is 2 and 6. The God, all directions. 24 are directions. Add 2 for 26. To implant, to ignite. See, this is the 2. One straight line is that 2. Although there's 1, 2, 3 areas on a straight line, it's the 2 directions you're going from a center point. There's 24. 24 directions. 8 around this way. 1, 2, 3, 8 directions, north, east, west, and south. I know I'm off, but I've started this, so I like to continue. There are 8 directions, 4 main directions, and 4 in-between directions. The in-between, the 4 directions of north, east, west, and south, I count as the 90. The in-between are the 45. So either you have the in-between 45 of 4 directions, or you have the complete direction in between the 90 angle. 90 birth inside the house and rotation. There seems to be 3 houses and 1 house. 1 house directing 3 houses. I mean, it's pretty simple to see. Here's my 90-degree angle. We have 3/4. That is free. Isn't that funny the way it looks like the C letter? 3/4 and 1/4. That 1/4 in numeric value says Earth. That 3/4 says Moon. It's just the way it is. Can't explain it right now. I should have to explain it. It also says the spirit. 3 by 4, 3 plus 4 is 19. But now when you have this, you have 3 more. So that would be 3 by 19 equals 57. Electric company. The moon. So let's finish with zodiac. 3, 12, 16, 31, 41, 51, zodiac. 57, moon. Zodiac. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 by 27, alphabet reverse, because 1 and at first and last, 1 and 26 is 27. And they say YZY. And that's your 27th because it's divided. 3 area spaces, 120 for each area space in the circle. You remember we spoke about Y? Remember the transmission and then outside the transmission. So we can't count 12 because each one of these area spaces will be occupied. Occupation of the area space and control. So now there's less per area space. We're going to get the zodiac. Zodiac is moon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 by 27 is 120. 6 by 7 is 42. I do it that way because it's 2 different sections. One is the sections of the 10. One is the sections of the 1. 120, when you add up 1 to 15, it equals to 120 and is a reflection of the 15 balls on the pool table. But there's not 15 balls on the pool table. I'm sorry, there's 16 because the cue ball and the 8 ball, 80. Communication. The beginning and the end of communication, the cue ball and the 8 ball, the 0 and the double 0. Single 0 for the cue ball. Everything's coming out of, the single 0 for the cue ball and the double 0 for ending the game. This board is the flower of life, the single and the double 0. Here is your game of pool, separated by 7 balls and 7 balls. And here is chaos. This side of the wheel, they call it Anglaise. I call it European. This side of the world is American. They want to create the creation of the flower life in America from the control of the chaos. Why do I say chaos? Because in this configuration compared to the other configuration, I do not have every second one, which equals to 37, 39. I have 51 Mars. I have 19 Spirit. I have 40 the blue planet. I have 22 and 4 communication separation of the 9th gate. We're going to leave that alone. Oh my God, 1776. Total this up, 51, 8, 7, 6, 1, 7, 3, 4, and 6. I turn it to the other side. I got 1 and 20, and 14 is 35, and 31 is 66, and 9, 75, 57, 75. Look up the roulette wheel. Look up the roulette wheel and orphans. It says orphans. Orphans in the moon. Orphans in the moon. 50. 76 times 76 equals to 5776, a perfect number. I will tell you that Easter time, I don't know if we spoke about this, and I'm jumping all around, 16 and 4. April 16th. 1 and 6 equals to 7. 7 and 4, July 4th, April 16th. Let's get back to Zodiac. Zodiac, we had 162. 105 is noted as the hand of God. It also creates the letter J. 10 and 15, equaling, and I like to say, I am. I am. And I say these words because the French say je for I, but je doesn't come alone. It comes with J, meaning I have, and je suis, I am. So that's your basic for your zodiac, 105. Now, I don't want to count. We're going to do a little bit something different. 105 is too high of a number for me. So we'll bring it together and say Mars, zodiac in the single moon. We count zodiac. Why don't we count moons? Mars. Mars has 2 moons. One is called Phobos. Okay, like Phobos. How about the SUB, or the sub that we put in our computers? And Deimos, the dice cube, or the control of the cube inside of Mars. So these are these numbers. This is your zodiac, 105 and 57. When I minus it, 57, when I did minus it. I did minus it. Yes, the total of the total word count for zodiac is 162. 162 is also the birth in the house, and it also reflects our moon. Why I say birth in the house and our moon is because the diameter of the moon, right? It seems like I'm going all over this place, but if you've seen it connecting on paper, I'm hoping that you can see the difference. 9 times 24, or 9 months of birth, but I'm using it in the days. 9 by 24 days is 9 by 2, 180. 9 by 24. 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 2, 180. 180 and 36 is 216. 6 times 6 and 6 and 6 is regarding the female. Creation of the body. 6. Creation of the mini God, the spirit in God. This here will create INR, the birth angel. The birth angel. Why do I say birth angel? Not because INR, because B is the house for bait. IR equals to a total of 29, and T and H, BIRTH, 28, 29, 57, plus 2. I plus 2 because it's a single digit. It's also 1 and 2. I can be created by other numbers. I has the A inside of it because of the deck of cards. The deck of cards. Let me find the deck of cards. I got a deck of cards here. Got a deck of cards here. See the 4 corners? See the 4 corners? Look, no 4 corners. Look, 4 corners. So there's stories in every single card, right? Look at that. I can create the E inside of the H. Can I create the E from the 7? Can I create the E from the 7? Can I connect this? Is it too far? How am I supposed to connect these? I don't know yet. Maybe I should put these all into circles. The value of a set of cards, when you add up 1 to 13, it equals to 91, which is an average. Which is 91. There are 13 cards. 13 cards. 13 times 7 equals 91. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. 47 is Jesus, cross, and time. 7 times 4 is 28. The cycle of the moon times the 13 moons equals 364 days. 777. CDC is the answer. 7 times 7, 49. Times 7, 343. third letter, fourth letter, third letter. 343 plus 21 equals to 364. 3 and 6 for the female. 6 and 4, the reverse of 103 for the God, for the I am. For the I am, for the birth. Has anybody thought about it? The M letter or the A letter. Have you ever looked at the A letter? There's a C over here. There's a D over here. But all together, it's an A. So it becomes A, C, D are the letters. Because there's a 1, 3, and 4s, we have 4, 7, 8. We have a total of 8. I multiply it. I have a total of 12. I have L. 1 and 2 is 3. I have HC. 38. How can I get 38? 4, 4, 4. And how do I get 8? 4 and 4 equals 8. 4, 4, 4 equals 12. 1 and 2 equals 3. 44, 4, 4, 4. And if I multiply this, I get 64 and I get 16, creates my 80. But in French, they don't say 80. They say 4 times 20. 4 different houses. 4 different houses all connected together. Communication. So let's go back to the numbers. What else can we do in the zodiac? I can go over the whole zodiac. We're going to have to leave that for another video. I can sit here for hours. Maybe I should sit here for hours. So let's go back. This 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 6 and 6 are all one-time rolls. 5 and 6 is a one-time roll, but there's a difference in 5. There's a difference in all of these numbers. It depends when it happens during the game of craps. If 1 and 1 happens before the point is made, what is the point? Well, this is confusing if you don't know the game of craps. Before anything starts in the game of craps, there's a round circle they put on the game, and one side is black and one side is white. One says off, the other says on. Guess what? Same with your light switch. It's either on or off, but it's a switch and you can do anything. Off equals to 666. On equals to 6 and 5. It also is number 29. Your birth. 666 equals to your 18 equals to your 9. Let me do this again. 15 and 6 is 21, and 6 is 27. 27 is red. The 6th letter, the 6th letter, the 15th letter. 6 and 6, and 15 for Mars. The O for Mars is in both of these. That's your 6. The 14th letter is your 5. This is your DNA. This is your Mars. The total 2 are 29. This is the beginning of pi. When you're on, you're in pi. When you're off, you're in 6-6. You're in Mars. When you're off, you also have the female creation inside of this. You also have creation because of these 3 6s. Why? Because when you play the game of Sickbo, it's a Chinese game. If you roll 666, you end up at 30 to 1. 30 is day, 3 is representative of creation, and it is the start. It is the start because the cue ball is a single 0, has no value. The black ball, the 8 ball, has a value of 8. Is there anybody still here? I see 2 people just showed up. Welcome. You can declare yourself if you want. You don't have to. I'm not sure if you can keep up where I've gotten. Anyways, all combinations, tell me if I'm wrong, but all the combinations of 2 cubes is 19. 2 cube combo is 19. 3 cube combo is 52. The earth and the spirit. Number 20 equals to 107. 5 times 2, 10. 5 plus 2, 7. 107. In blackjack, 17 you stand. And how can you get 17? The ace and the 6 is 17. The half-life. It's the half-life because I don't need these 2 for measurement. I already know because of these 4 corners what this distance is. That's why I call it the half-life. So if we don't count the half-life and we count any other life, so many things going on. 8 missing, 3 missing. So when you have 8 and 3, as we looked at before, we also have 1 and 6, the half-life. Give me a second. I'm going to take a drink of water. Whoop, camera's going to fall. Just want to, for those who haven't seen the house before, that's one of my walls, the ceiling, the cross pissing oil. What I like to say is the dog connected to the bear. Can you see the bear at the end of the dog? Then you have the, hold on a second, I'm trying to see where everything is. Oh yes, the in-between. The in-between. Let me see it. Everything is backwards in here. That's the in-between, between the bull and the bear. Just happened to come out in that design. Whole house is like that. My floor has got mathematical equations on it. So all of these numbers in the first stage, we're going to bring this now to a second level. For those who have just showed up, I'm sorry if you can't read this page. I've been writing all over it. These, I'm going to just go very fast track and tell you what it is. The combination of 2 on a dice. For those who already saw it that are still here for the minimum 3, 2 dice combination. 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 5, 1 and 6, 2 and 2. 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 and 5. Now, why is it all separated? Because some of them are 1 roll in the dice. This is the separation from the craps table, what it tells me to do. Games tell me what to do. Games have rules and restrictions and obligations, but so does the dice cube. So does your calculator. They're all the same size, so I'm going to bring them all in. This one is round. It's going to tell me something different. This one is rectangular, so it's telling me more than 2. It's telling me 1/2. If I would double this up, it would end up to be a square. This is telling me 1/2 of something. This is telling me all of something. Then there's the in-between space here. See the in-between space? How much is the in-between space between 1 and 5? It's 3. Between 5 and 9. 1 to 5, add 4. 5 to 9, add 4. 3 to 5, add 2. 5 to 7, add 2. One of the reasons I think it's like this is because you're going from 3 all the way to 7. 3 plus 4 is 7. In between is 3 missing. 1 dot here, 1 dot here, 1 dot here. In between here, although there's a dot, and a dot, because it's this, I say we go here, we go all around 5, and then we go to 9. Or we go into 5, we turn around and go to 9. We have to create an 8 going this way. All over here, same separation, dot, 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 separation by 1. So it's telling me a story. This whole thing is, it's telling me that the dot, right, on the calculator is below 2, 5, and 8. The single 0 is below 1, 4, and 7. Now, there are other calculators where this is connected as the double 0, telling me that the dot is included. The equal sign is what happens through 3, 6, 9. How much is 1 and 2? 3. How much is 1 and 5? 6. How much is 1 and 8? 9. How much is 4 and 2? 6. See the way I have to do that? How much is 4 and 5? 9. You see the way I have to do that? My angle, 90 degree, 45. I like to count a straight line as 90, and my cross lines is 45. 4 and 8 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3, so I have to go up here and jump all the way to 3. But it's okay, because there's a 3 over here also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3 continues. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 continues. And then when you go to a certain level, okay, it mirrors itself completely backwards. So that's the calculator. So let's get back to I'm very frustrated. We're just two people here. This is very, very, very confusing. There are, it's just crazy that if God is here, then the Word of God and God has an experience with every single one of us. Well, I don't know if I want to call it God creator or the Matrix, but they definitely have an individual. Individual, just like you have your own computer at home, when your individual internet, you can do what you want. It's the same relationship with God. So we have 1 and 1, which is 30 to 1. 1 and 2, I think, is 15 to 1. I'm not really sure. And these are, when you bet on them, they're 1 bet rolls. 5 and 6 says the student of Earth and Mars. That's right. The student of Earth and Mars, 5 and 6. The reverse is 1 and 2. Any craps out of the game you are. Any craps. I hear the door open. I hope it's not my... Okay, good. So any craps coming into the game, into the house with the spirit, you get yo. Why yo? Because in the game of craps, when 11 comes up, they're always singing yo 11. There's your 11. What happens with 11? Yo, the letter Y. And the letter O, the 25th letter. And O, the 15th letter. 6 and 7. The half-life. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6, 6 and 7. Numeric value for Mars and Earth. Each one has a value of a quarter. Although you have 15 minutes in a football game for each quarter. But you don't have 25 minutes, but it still represents 1 quarter based on 100, 1 quarter based on 60. The clock is 100% of 60. 40 is inside the other game. Now I would have to make the circles around this because this is only the center. And I have to make the circle around 1 and the circle around 1. Let me just do that. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put the circle around the 1. And I'm going to put the circle around this. And I'm going to put the circle around this. And I'm going to put the circle around this. And I'm going to put the circle around this. And that's exactly how it has to be. And then you have boom, boom. These are all the obligations. 3, 3, 3, 3. And then your 3, 3, 3 ends up to create a flower. Because that's the way it is. That's your art. Those are your numbers. And there's a story involved. So now when we get to 1 and 3, these are rolls that are inside the game. When the point is made, this is the game of craps. Okay, I use the rules from the game of craps. You're still here. These numbers over here are all from the game, inside the game. Now, inside the game, okay, I want to build a circuitry. I don't want to build the circuitry from out here. We're going to build the circuitry for when you're in the game. When you're inside the game, you can create these two come together. How does 1 and 5 equal 4 and 5? 4 and 5 is the sun. We're going to use basic creation from Mars and the sun. Why? Because the 5 plus 6 equals to 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 5 and 6. Now, there's a continuous multiplication for this. We have to continue multiplicating this until it repeats itself, but we're going to stop here because when it stops creating itself, we're going to keep intertwining these numbers, but I just want to show you in the basic. 5 plus 6 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. Connect these two together. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. 1 and 1 is 2 again. 1 and 5, 2 and 3 are perfectly designed together. They're continuous. After this, they continue together. The 2 for the house with the 1 spirit in the house. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is what equals create your 5, as we've seen over here. 1 plus 1, 1 times 1. So from outside the game, busting any craps, we end up inside the game, the same numbers of 5. Now 2 and 3, 5. Look at that. How does it connect? 2 and 3, 5. Boom. So we're going to continue on. So we have the 2, 3, the 3, 5 electric company. Whoop, no, we have the 2, 6. That connects together. So we have 2, 6, 1, 5, and 4, 5. Dog, God, queen are these numbers over here. This number will get reduced. Look at that. 8 and 12, 20. We have 20 over here. So inside the sun, we end up with that same numeric value. And 3 and 8. Now, I don't remember where we had 3 and 8 before. I forget which equation it was. I think it was the 4-4-4 equation that we had the 3 and 8. What 44 is? What 44 is? 44 is the mass. 33, 44. You notice in the dice cubes, as many dice cubes as you can get until you start creating from the dice cubes. What is your obligation in creating from the dice cubes? We've now taken a square and created the diamond in between. See the separation over here? I have 3, I have 6, and I have 1 separation. That's your 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4. So where is the 1 and 2? If I have 7, okay, I don't want to get into this. This is another thing about numbers. We have number 5 shows up with 3 and 5. And we have number 5 that shows up with 2 and 4. 2 and 4, 6, 3 and 5, 8. So we have 3 and 5, 8, 2 and 4, 6. 9 lives of the cat in the 8 heaven of creation of electric company running through the moon. Why do I say running through the moon? Because I want to bring things to the half world, to the spirit, to the 7th gate. And that's where number 1 comes in, reverse of number 6. It's very, very, very confusing. Everything is very confusing unless we have a printout. It's a complete course. I teach this course. It's an obligation. You can learn it on your own, what the dice cube can do, what games and obligations and odds inside the games. So here we're going to get to number 5. I like to call this the spirit, the E-world, inside the house. Look at that. It comes together. 1 comes inside a 4, and 1 comes inside a 3. We have number 9, which is separated. There is no other 9. Is there another 9 here? Yes, there is here. 1 and 4 is your other 9. Look at that. Creates 4 and 5. Look at that. First level of 1 and 4 will first level 4 and 5. See the way this 9 is connected to the 2? Here is the first time. Here it's second time. In the first time, with number 1 and 4, you get the 9. 1 and 4 is 5. 1 and 4 is 5. 6 and 3 is 9. So now at 5 and 9. 6 and 3 is 9. 18, 3 by 6, 18. 3 plus 6, 9. The total is 27. 2 and 7, 9. So these two come together now. This is the female. Your 360 degrees comes back to female, comes back to nature, comes back to creation of the half-life spirit. 6 is opposite of 1, where the 1 is inside the 3. The spirit is inside the house. The ox is in the house. O and X. O and X. 15th letter, 24th letter. 1 and 5, 6. 2 and 4, 6. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 will create 8 and 6. That is separation of the gateway. And I like to say it's the spirit of the halfway house, the spirit of 76. How do you create that? 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 is 7 and 6. It also creates the straight. 7 times 6, 42. 7 plus 6, 13. The total is 55. Minus 13, the total is 29. Birth and freedom. The total of this is 84. 84 represents sun. 29 represents black. 55 represents electric company and freedom. Why? Because the multiplication tells me that. The ox, 39, tells me the skies, tells me about Saturn. Some numbers tell me about certain things in certain worlds. Saturn is number 93. How do we get number 93 here? 24 and 15. It's 39, 39, 93. It doesn't matter. It's also representing red and alpha beta creation through numbers, So these are the numbers involved here. What do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 houses that sit inside the house. We have how many numbers that create 7? We have 1, which is 1 and 3 will create my 7, but it says I have 2 of them. Okay, the other one is 4 and 6. Where is 4 and 6? 4 and 6. Here's my second 7. Here's my second 7. 4 and 6, and 1 and 3. So these two. 77 is for Christ. 3 and 1 creates my 7th gate. Just want to jump and tell you something else. I like to work with what the calculator tells me. It tells me my 258 vibration. It tells me my 147, 1 month of 28 days, 4 months of 30 days, 7 months of 31 days, 1 month of the odd month, the month of February, where the 14th day of February, second month, 14th day, 2 and 5, representing Earth. 45th day is Valentine's Day, representing the passage of the sun, representing our birth in the DNA or the replica. See the way this is bigger than this, which could be telling me we're using 4 squares. 1 square here, and then these squares over, this square over here. This over here shows me length. When I do 1 here and 1 here, it shows me angle. When I do 1 here and 1 here, it's less. I can do this to that. But in this one, I have to do this. It's much larger than above and below each other, telling me another story. Okay, so we did this. We did that. We didn't do this section over here. Now, we're going to end this video with 1 person left. Or should I continue on? I can continue on, but then when I upload this video, it's going to be a long, long, long haul. These are the numbers. Hold on a second. I want to go back to these numbers here. Anybody hear of Edna? Edna, the sun of your DNA of creation. Edna. MC squared. Has anybody ever found out about MC squared? M Roman numeral 1000, C Roman numeral 100, 1100, all zeros equal 6, 1166. Why does 0 equal 6? Why does 0 equal 6? Why does 0 equal 6? Oh boy, sometimes I forget why 0 equals 6. Here is the center. In the center, you have 8 that surround it. Where does the 1 spirit go? Into 6. Why are there not 2 dots here? We cannot have the 2 dots unless I turn dice. It's the half-life. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, connected by 1. And our passage through the gateway of the world. One of the reasons. Another a story about this is the dot in the center has a value of 50. The around the dot in the center has a value of 25, and that's 75, representing the moon pass. Earth energy, 7 and 5 equaling to the moon. Here are all the combinations of 3 dice. All the stories that can be told. Multiply each series and connect. Let's connect. This one will be 4. This is 6. This is 8. This is 1. This is 3. This is 5. So let's see what connects to A. A will be number 4 total. And we're going to look here. This one and this one connects. 1, 3, 3 and 1, 1, 1 connect. And it's a direct connection because the answer is the same. It's also the spirit of 76 and the half-life, and it will create a straight. 7 times 6, 42. 7 plus 6, 13. The total is 55. We started with 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7. 4, 2, 1, 3. 1, 2, 4. Whoop, that's wrong. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 11 to me. Roman numerals. Can turn it the other way. It'll be 9, 9, 11 Roman numerals. Here's your section. So where else do we connect with 4? We have 4. We have 4. We have 4 again over here. Again, number 13 shows up. Number 36 shows up. 1 and 2. I like to use these always as separate numbers. The angel birth is inside of here. 6 by 6, 66. Also flipped over is 99, representation of Jupiter. 91, representation of the word spirit. Now I have to do this in French and English. All of the French words, all of the English words. Okay. I'm going to do another video explaining that also. I can get on to the other video of numbers. I wish I can put this on pause. Yes, that's enough for my brain in one go. Thank you very much for being here. There's a lot. There's just tons. It never stops. I can't make a promise, but I'm going to be writing down all the zodiac signs. If there's something in the zodiac you want to know, if it's signs, if it's just write it, please write down whatever words you want to know, and I'm going to connect those numbers to it. Yes, this is lots. 15 years of this. I got a headache. I have a big headache. So I'm connecting the 4. So we connect the 4 over here. We connect the 4 over here. Creation of 10. 1 and 3 comes together again. So 1, 1, 1 will come together over here through 2, 3, and 5. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, and 5 create the same value. We have another 4. We have another 4 over here. Whoop, let me move this. We have another 4 over here. 4, 4, 4 will create the half-life spirit, 76. 1 and 2, 3. 6 and 4, 10 creates 1. 1 and 3 again is created. This time it shows up with 76. We have one more page. There are 52 combinations. Please, somebody, how many combinations of 3? How many combinations are there in 3 dice? Never using the same number twice. Sorry, never using the same number twice. I did use the same number twice here. I'm going to count that down and remove it. There are 52 non-repeating combinations. 52 non-repeating combo. I'm also going to count how many are there without repeating any of the numbers. See, I've repeated here, repeat, repeat. So the last number is on this number over here. So anyways, is there another number 4? Yeah, right over here is your last number 4. So 1, 1, 1 and 5, 5, 6 come together. 6 and 6, 12, plus 1 is 13, comes right back to the beginning. So let's take away, there's 52 combinations of 3 dice. Take away 1, take away 2, take away 3, take away 4, take away 5, because they all have repeating numbers. Take away 5, take away 6, take away 7. Take away 7. Take away 8, take away 9, take away 10, take away 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Take away 16. Take away 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So to take away 32. 32 repeat at least one number. Out of 52, there's only 20. There's only 20 combos. Okay. Now, each one of these, you have to go to the game of Sickbo for the odds of these. And how many combinations add up to, I think it's 10. And how many combinations add up to 11? Because they count that as high and low in the game of Sickbo. Games have told us what we should be doing. Now, in the next series, in this last series, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Thank you for being here. It's a privilege to be with all those who have sat with me, for whether it's a minute, whether they've taken their time. Tell me if you think I'm on to something. I am not the only one doing numbers. There are thousands and thousands of different ways to do numbers, Everything is categorized. Everything is categorized, and it tells us a story. If there is a word of God, it is in the geometric shapes that create our letters. The letters are put into positions in different numerological situations or numerological houses, and every house tells a different story, just like the noun, the adverb, and the verb. So now we have the combinations of 2 dice. There are 19 combinations of 2 dice, but let's go without repeating. 1 and 1 repeats, so that's 1. 6 and 6 repeats, that's 2. 2 and 2 repeat, that's 3. 4 and 4 repeat, that's 4. Well, I'm missing something here. I'm missing something. Yeah, looks like I did something wrong. Made a mistake. Made a mistake. Wow, I had 19. See? I don't have 5 and 5 anywhere. Equals 25 and 10 equals 35 equals 8. This one is another 8. Connect this one here. 2 and 2 connects to 5 and 5. Did I do that anywhere? Did I do that anywhere on the board? No, I did not. I'm ashamed of myself. I do make mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there are 20 combos. This 5 and 5 will now connect to the 8 world. So I had 52. Where's my number 52? Oh, 52 shows up over here. Okay, 52. And now it's 55. So it seems like all my 8s stick to the same numeric value. 5 and 5, 2 and 5, 2 and 2. This one is separated for those who have just showed up. This one is separated because it's part of a 7. It's a different group because of what happens in the game. 5 and 5 and 2 and 2 are also actually separate groups because they have odds. I think the odds on 2 and 2 are 7 to 1. What's the odds of hitting 5 and 5 or 2 and 2 in the game of craps? The multiplication will create 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is 8. And this one here will create 35. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals 8. This one equals to 35. Electric company also equaling to 8. Creation of the energy. 30, 20, and 10. Location, energy, the heavens. The 8 card. So there's 20 of them. So let's take away 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5, 6 and 6. So we now have, in the combo of 2 cubes, we have 6 repeat, and we have 14 free. 14 and the 20, if I got that right. And the repeat of this, let's count them again. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to do this again. Get this right. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So we have that exactly right. So we have 20 and 14, right? 0. 26 and 5 is 31, and 18 is 49, and 15, 64. 6 times 4, 24. 6 plus 4, 10. Total equals 34. Total equals 34. O 15, N 14, E 5. 1 and 5, 6. 1 and 4, 5 and 5. 5, 5, 6 come together right over here. These 2 combinations create 29. The beginning of pi, 3.14159265. This is our birth in the house of Mars, the house of the rising sun. That is your numeric value for 1. Every letter gets a 27 reverse alphabet count equals to 81 Venus. Toilet. 25, 35. IL, 9 and 12. The birth, 9 and 12. 21. Electric company, the cube on Earth. The house, 7, 3, 8, 7, and 56, 66, 76, 81. Toilet, paper, 16, the half-life, +1, +16, +5, +18. Resident angel, electric resident angel. Must be something inside our heads, right? ER and AR, something inside our head being controlled alternately through an alternate system. It's like a little ball. If I put a ball here and two walls and a cup, the ball can be here, here, or here, and it's being moved around, guiding our thinking. So we have 17 and 16 is 33, and 5 is 38, 48, 56. Toilet paper. 9, 11. I guess there was a rush for toilet paper. I want to thank you for being here. If there's a question you have, I could have stopped anywhere in the video. If there's anything you would like me to talk about, it says 2 people. I don't know if it's 2 people. Are you 2 people? If there's someone here, are you scared to show that you're here? Are you too shy? Well, guess what? 15 years ago, I looked like an idiot out here. I had no idea why I came out here to do it, but I was compelled. I was told to do it through an outside source. So no one else is declaring. I'm going to be ending this video. I want to thank you for being here. Whoever is watching this video, going to watch this video. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.